pool players in the world. Welcome everybody to the Soaring Eagle Casino and Resort here in Central Michigan for this semi-final match between Allison Fisher and Jeanette Lee. Before we get started, I want to take a second and show you how Allison Fisher made it to this match in semi-final number one. Allison 3 game lead, 2 games away from moving on and meeting Jeanette Lee. Let's see who will face
She's getting the speed of the table down on the break. She's actually pocketed 3 balls on the break. 2 balls follow into the corner pocket. And
watch this. Okay, I guess the 8 will go too.
We'll get rid of the 8 too. Leaving her a shot on the 1. She was careful to stay on this side so that she could come off the rail, draw into this rail, and come down for the 4. She's trying to stay on this side of it.
And Allison has to know she got away with one in that last rack. Ava definitely knows she let one get away. Just cannot give Allison Fisher too many chances. 5 national championships, 3 world titles, not to mention numerous other titles. Three balls left to be on the hill. There's a strong
speed of the table now. That shot landed exactly where she wanted it to. Perfect for a shot that they're getting used to with the Sardo tight rack, because the 9 ends up
Jeanette Lee, and then the winner of that match will meet Karen Corr in the finals of the national championship. With the break and a ball made on the break, the 1 2. And we will see if she has a shot here on the 2 big.
I think she can see the 2 if she can just barely slide past the 9 and slice the 2 in the corner pocket. What she's looking at now is, does she want to just come straight back up table, and what angle she wants on the 3. She's just trying to decide speed.
Sliced razor. That's just like ordering it up in the deli. I just want it extra thin. 4 at the other end of the table. One of the reasons these balls do roll so well, Simona's cloth. They've been making cloth, Vicky, since 1680.
And look what happened here. She hit that ball a little full, so she didn't get the angle coming off of the 3, and now she finds herself in a poor position on the 4. Almost got stuck behind the 9.
Close.
Now, if she can come off the rail after making the 5 and get right here, then she'll be in a perfect spot to float the 6 up. She might have wanted to come out a little farther than that. It's going to be difficult for her now. She can't just stop there and shoot the 8 in the side because the 9 is in the way. She wanted a little angle there.
Stands up again. She's gotten out of these situations before.
Yes. She's going to have to go forward with the cue ball and try to come around the other side of the 8. This is going to be a pretty sharp.
Now what do you do? Do you go for a combination here?
I'm thinking no. Based on how hard she hit that, she was just trying to get probably here so she could shoot it down in this corner. And that's still an option.
That is the option. Straight in 9.
Presented by the Sardo Tight Rack. Let's meet the players. Player number 1, currently ranked number 3 in the world, former national champion, player of the year, Black Widow, Jeanette Lee! And her opponent, the current reigning world champion, 4 world championships to her credit, 5 national championships, the Duchess of Doom, Allison Fisher.
Welcome everybody to Mount Pleasant. Mitch Lawrence and Vicky Paskey about to bring you the action. One of the sport's truly great major championships.
You know,
it's the Nationals. A very,
I'm just
very
kidding. I am
prestigious
just kidding.
event. Both of these players have won it before. They know what it means. Jeanette Lee on the left, Allison Fisher on the right. Both of them very familiar figures to pool fans all over the world, Vicky. And this is going to be a great, great matchup. As she gets ready, let's take a look at how both of these great players got here. Jeanette started off by beating Gail Boyd 9-4, and in a very difficult match, 9-8 over Eileen Pippin. Kelly Oyama fell, Jennifer Chen, Ava Lawrence 9-6, and then in the winner's bracket final, Jeanette lost to Karen Kaur 1-9. She would like nothing better to get back to the finals and a chance at Karen, who's waiting there. Allison Fisher's road, starting off with Darlene Stinson, Linda Carter, Melissa Herndon, and then losing to Ava Lawrence in the 4th round, 6-9, and look at how she responded to that loss. 9-1, 9-2, 9-2, and 7-2 over Ava to get back to this match. As I said, a chance for one of these players to move into the finals where Karen Kaur waits and to get that national title. Vicky, as the one goes in the side, this is going to be a great matchup.
Side on the very first rack. That's going to be very helpful in this match. She didn't get a She didn't get a very good shot on the 2, but it looks like she's got a piece of it.
This is something that we see Jeanette do very, very often. She is a great shot maker. Both these players are great shot makers.
Well, in a short race to 7, I'm sure they feel like there's no time like the present.
Already to the 4. Both of these players would like to make an early statement to the other. There's a great history of matches built up. Allison's been in this country for 6 years, coming over 95. Jeanette Lee, in 1992, a complete unknown in the world of 9-ball. And by 1994, won the Nationals, the U.S. Open, and was Player of the Year. As she looks at the table with 3 balls left, we'll give you the rules of the game. This is a race to 7, a 30-second shot clock on the players with 1 extension per rack, and cue ball fouls only. There goes the 6.
Uh-oh. She hit the 6 ball a little too full, and now she finds herself, instead of up here where she wanted to be, way back with barely a bank at the ball.
It will be. Unless she goes to play safe here, Vic, can she do anything with the 9 right there?
She can't really do anything with the 9 unless she can get at least a full hit on that 7.
Yes.
She's trying to decide if she can get a full hit or if she's going to have to play off the right side of the ball and play safe. But if she can get a full hit from what we've seen, she's going to try to bank. But that wouldn't really give her a good shot at the 8.
I think she
so
can get a full hit on it. Yeah.
That ball was going too fast to stop right there.
She was really,
She
really
commanded
upset.
that ball to stop.
Will Power. Very good ally, Will Power. Now let's see where this cue ball finishes. Boy, 2 banks in a row in rack number 1. Jeanette Lee doing what she can to get on the board early. Stay at the table. Hi, everybody. Mitch Lawrence and Vicky Paskey. Very excited to be at the National Championship. Those 2 words together, very, very, very exciting. This is a difficult championship to win, and given that this is the 25th anniversary of the WPBA, I know you have some history on this particular title.
Well, it is a difficult championship to win. As a matter of fact, in the last 25 years, only 11 different players have gotten to the national title.
And we have 2 of them out there right now. Jeanette Lee won it in 1994, and Allison Fisher has so many of them that she almost doesn't have enough fingers to count them on. 5 national championships, trying to make it a 6th. So an incredible run for her since she came over here, taking what is undeniably the most prestigious title on the WPBA Tour.
Well, from what we've seen from Jeanette in the first track, I don't think that she has an easy task ahead of her.
Jeanette winning the first rack on the break. Allison never had a shot. Jeanette got out of a couple of tricky spots. Bank shots.
She didn't make it on the side, but she did pocket the sticks in the corner and has a shot at the one, so she's off and running again. It's a fairly thin cut on the one, but very makeable. She's got to watch her speed here, so she comes back across the table. She doesn't want to be on that rail. She would have preferred to bounce a little farther off the rail there. That's going to make position on the 3 tough.
There you see that cue ball. Jeanette's not happy at all now, Vicky. That is a worried look right there.
See what she's got up her sleeve for this shot. She wants to hold it for 3.
That is such a tough shot.
Now she has a good opportunity here to maybe break up the 2 balls that are stuck by the pocket here.
She likes that down. That she has done that.
Oh.
Steve Tipton,
I was like,
tournament director, came over to talk to her. Just wants to take a look and make sure she gets a clean hit on the 4. As she walks around, we'll give you the playing conditions. This great championship and the best of equipment. Brunswick Billiards, Montebello table, Simonis 860 cloth, Brunswick Centennial balls, all of them helping us make this such a good championship. Jeanette Lee now 1-0 over Allison Fisher. And just working her way around the table. Anytime at the table, you get comfortable.
This is absolutely perfect. She had just enough room to make that 4 in the corner pocket. Got a perfect angle on the 5 to come around 2 rails on the 7. And now, from here, she can stop the cue ball to have the perfect angle on the 8.
And goes to the left hand, which you will see connected very often when you play on tour. Very comfortable using the left hand.
Now a nice, smooth, fluid stroke to bring the cue ball back.
And it is to say, how important is this?
I'll take my extension.
2 games.
Every shot is important. She didn't come back quite as far as she had planned, so she's taken her extension, give herself a little chance to regroup. She doesn't want to miss this. She can recover just by pocketing this 9.
Should Allison win this national championship, she would tie the record for most ever national championships. She would also break the record for most consecutive national titles. I wondered if that held any special significance.
Well, it would be very special. It's not something I think about. I don't go into tournaments thinking, well, if I did this, I'm, you know, holding a great title here. But I think it would be very significant. I'd like to leave my mark on the game, and, you know, it'd be a nice bonus if I did, and it'd be, I think, hard to beat, so it'd be great.
Allison Fisher, someplace she does not want to be, seated, because that means Jeanette Lee is at the table. Allison Fisher in rack 3, yet to get a shot at the table. Jeanette Lee doing what she has to do. Mitch Lawrence and Vicky Paskey with you at the Soaring Eagle Casino and Resort. This is the QTech Q's National 9-Ball Championship presented by Sardo Tight Rack. So far, by Jeanette Lee in shot making.
Look at this. A little tester.
Tough roll there.
She would have preferred to not have a ball stop between the 1 and the pocket, but it looks like a very makeable combination. That's going to make position on the 1 ball something she has to think about. everything turned out okay. She slices the one in the corner pocket. It's a very makeable shot on the 2.
Ay, ay, ay.
Well, it might be makeable, but it's going to cause her some concern.
It's a little too straight for her taste, I think.
Oy, 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 the international phrase for what am I going to do now?
Well, see if she tries to shoot it with extreme
Extension.
follow and comes down to the rail and back, she is in danger of hitting a ball. And if she tries to draw it, yeah, see, that's really the only choice she has. Into the 4 ball.
Another breath.
She's struggling to get back in line here.
It's interesting. I watched a couple of Jeanette's matches yesterday, and she really does talk to herself at the table. She's very animated. It's very involved with every game.
She's a lot of fun to watch. She makes you feel like you're right down there with her.
It's actually Allison gets to the table sometimes. It'll be an interesting contrast because Allison is usually very composed,
stoic,
very methodical. So 2 kind of contrasting styles, although the results are very similar in terms of how it's having an impact on the game.
This is not where she wanted the cue ball to be. She got very straight on it. She's going to have to try to do something to create an angle here.
With the left hand again.
Just wants to.
There's a hair on the ball.
Oh no, there's a hair on the ball.
Oh no.
So Steve Tipton will actually mark
Move it over.
exactly where that cue ball is. Jeanette asked if he could move it over a little. Answer is no. Steve doing double duty as table and ball cleaner,
Look at those steady hands.
as well as tournament director.
Now, she needs to draw back.
Jeanette very comfortable doing it with her offhand, and this would be for 3 racks in a row. In keeping with the 25th anniversary of the Women's Professional Billiard Association, I wondered what exactly was Jeanette Lee doing 25 years ago?
Well, let's see. I believe I was learning my ABCs in kindergarten at 5. Yeah.
A good look at that beautiful Brunswick Montebello table. That is the table for the national championship final matches. This a chance for Jeanette Lee or Allison Fisher to get to the finals. Karen Corr waiting undefeated in those finals. Karen trying to get her first national championship. Jeanette Lee would be winning her second should she do that.
Oh my gosh. Allison had to be thinking she might finally get a chance, and then the 5 ball kissed off the 6. And then when the 1 almost tucked itself behind the 7, she has just enough room to get past. She's going to probably come around 2 rails. Didn't take a chance on bumping into the 7 there on her way to the 2. She has a great angle to follow the 2 down and come off onto the 3. She needs to watch her speed. seems like wherever she lands, she figures out something.
Yeah, she does. And I think she's taking her time where she needs to, and she's hitting shots when she needs to the other way. So she's showing us everything so far. She's saying yuck.
She's saying, I'm not going to let Allison to the table. I've seen what
so
can happen.
far, it's pretty amazing. This is a rematch of last year's final in the Nationals.
Now, she's got an interesting dilemma here. Easiest thing would be to... Yeah, she wants to take her time and think about this, but the easiest position shot would be to play the 4-ball down in this corner and then just draw it back here. But she's got a shot at the side that looks like the easier shot to make. But I think she's going to opt for the good position.
Says, I don't need to learn anything. I need to get to the table. Nellie now living in Indianapolis, Indiana. Great men's players having a good time there, and Jeanette Lee having a good time here in Michigan, certainly, Vicki.
This is a very important speed shot. Yeah, she's having a great
Right
time
now,
here today.
It's a vacation.
Speed is everything here. If she can get the right. It's going to make it a lot easier to the 9.
And you saw there an interesting facet of the game when you're at this level. When that ball came off the cushion, it just perfect shape. And this 9 for an amazing 4 consecutive racks right off the bat. Rack of the WPBA Tour. This rack takes all the guesswork out of racking. It gives you a perfect rack every time. Mitch Lawrence joined now and thrilled to be joined by Peg Ledman. Peg, we've been talking about the 25th anniversary of the WPBA. You're a very integral part of all that has gone on. But I want to ask you a question. What were you doing 25 years ago?
Well, I wasn't quite on the tour yet, only about 20 years ago. But I'd played a lot of amateur pool and aspired to be on the tour. Well,
you were 2-time president of the WPBA in consecutive terms, I might add, which is a pretty interesting accomplishment. And you and Vicky Paskey and Sherry Stout kind of created the Classic Tour, which we are now fully in.
Yeah, it was our baby at the beginning. Nobody ever thought it'd grow up and be like this.
Well, it's got to be thrilling for you to really see where it has come and the excitement that surrounds the tour now.
Yeah, it's come a long way, and it's great the way it's turning out. Real happy to see this.
Well, it's great the way it's turning out if you're Jeanette Lee right now. In this match, up by 4 in a race to 7, and Allison Fisher, the #2 ranked player in the world, for the first time in this match, gets to the table. Unbelievable, Vicky. I mean, really, really amazing she hasn't had a shot yet.
So what I want to know is, how did Jeanette know it was time to not make one on the break?
I think we broke her rhythm. Allison owes us one.
She may talk to you guys later about it.
Yeah, I'm sure we'll hear about it.
Well, now, obviously, the job for Allison is to take one ball at a time. She's done this so many times to other people. It's going to be interesting to see how she responds to being down 0-4.
Well, don't forget, since it's the first shot past the break, she has the option of pushing out here. She doesn't have to hit anything, but she needs to push it into a space where...
Watch this.
Oh, no.
For heaven's sakes.
Wow.
Well...
And I think the crowd is actually stunned at this moment.
That was very uncharacteristic. I was going to explain to you how Jeanette would have her option, but I'm pretty sure with ball in hand, she's probably going to elect to shoot.
She's going to take that shot, don't you think?
Yes. Not to mention that puts Allison on a foul.
And right here where that 1-7 is, guys, don't you think there's a chance she may try to do something with that? Well, let's see where she's putting the cue ball.
Yeah,
I haven't seen her play a safe yet this match. She's not in safety mode right this minute.
I think you're going to see the first one right here.
Well, we'll see. Always different options.
Looks like she's going to bank it out 2 rails and leave the cue ball right there.
She wants to put that one. Well, right about there is not a bad spot.
That'll work. Allison now has about 30 seconds to figure out how to make the cue ball hit the 1.
Boy, this is just such an interesting beginning to this match. So unexpected in a way.
No.
And that's what happens when you play a great safety.
She's now on 2 fouls.
And Jeanette will be looking for a place to hide her. She's got the 6-9 there that's...
Yeah, if any ball on the table looks like it's going to give Jeanette trouble, then she'll just bury Allison one more time, because if Allison fouls a 3rd time, it's loss of rack.
And so now, loss of rack takes on very important meaning if you're Allison Fisher.
Yeah,
down 4-0.
Looks like she's just going to go for the run out there wide open. It's an easier run out than it was to play a save.
Right.
And I think Jeanette kind of likes being at the table.
She's having fun out there right now.
She's just having a good time, which is true. And given the pressure of the Nationals and a chance to get into the finals, pretty interesting how she's handled it so far.
When you run 4 racks, you're not in defense mode. You just want to get up and make balls.
So Allison Fisher with 2 shots so far in 5 racks and a scratch on both of them.
Now she's trying to figure out how to get the cue ball back to the other end of the table without running into those balls. Whoa, that was close.
When it's going right, it's going right.
Well, now she's got the 5. Let's see. Oh, the 4, sorry.
She has to come back in the other side
Past
of the 8,
the 8,
because
right.
the 5 was leaning up against the rail a little bit. This will be a lot easier shot and easier to negotiate the cue ball back up table to play the 6 in the side.
So, Peg, as president, I mentioned 2 consecutive terms. There's 4 balls left on the table for Jeanette to take a 5-0 lead, but as consecutive term presidents and then co-creator of the Classic Tour, the sense of pride that I've been feeling all week around everybody that's been with the WPBA for so long is a great thing to feel, and you must feel it all the time right now.
Yeah, it was great. We had a banquet the other night. We inducted a couple of players into the Hall of Fame, some of the original people that were there with Vicky, and I think some of the younger players really got a feel from where we came from, and maybe don't take what we have now for for granted as much.
Well, it's always a struggle, and I know there have been years where it hasn't been easy and where there were questions and difficulties, but as the oldest running professional players association, all of you have a whole lot to be thankful for, and that is one place right now where Jeanette on that 9.
Okay. We finally saw one tiny mistake.
All right, so let's see.
From Jeanette Lee.
We've seen her bank.
Hard enough.
We've seen her bank 3 shots so far.
Did I have an extension?
She's already taken her extension, so she has to make a quick decision.
Yeah, baby.
Okay, thanks for having me. I'll take Jeanette's statement. Yeah, baby, we've come a long way, baby. Thanks.
Jeanette Lee up by 5 racks. guarantee you, actually the crowd a little bit stunned. They are seeing some absolutely, not some, absolutely perfect 9-ball so far by Jeanette Lee. 5-0. Defending champion in the Nationals.
And look at this rack. She made a ball on the break, has a simple shot on the 1 for a simple position on the 2. Things are still rolling for Jeanette.
And we were talking just a brief moment ago. Allison Fisher has had 2 shots in 5 racks and has not made a ball yet. She's fouled twice. And we're kind of scrambling to find out if the entire match without making a ball. Pretty unbelievable. And as I said, they're responding to great shots, Vic, but
It's like every other shot is a great
everybody's
shot.
expecting a great match. Doesn't like this one, though.
She's got to make the cue ball come back up between the 8 and the 7. But it's the 7 that she's looking at. Which pocket does she want to? She has to get back around the table to get on the 6, but then how to get to the 7. And she didn't leave much angle, so she's either going to have to draw this back, which doesn't really put her on the right side of the 6 ball, or really pound it, which is difficult when you're leaned over the table like that.
Is this any easier when you're up 5-0, Vic? You know, raise to 7?
It tends to make your arm a little looser.
Well, she has hit everything.
Look at this.
Pretty much the way she wanted, so let's see if she can do it this time. Moves the 9 a little.
Shot. What a shot.
Now ties up the 8 and the 9.
She was not rewarded. Not only did she leave herself with a straight-in shot on the 6, not a good position to get to the 7, but the 8 might be tied up with the 9. It doesn't look like it goes.
And again, unhappy, just kind of prowling. And she already took her extension, so that's pretty much it. Just hits it.
Look at this. This is a very aggressive shot. She's going to try to cut the 7 ball down in the corner pocket and bring the cue ball over to just nudge the 8 away from the 9. Ooh, she tricked me.
She did.
The 8 does go in the opposite corner.
And she's looking to see exactly how close those 2 balls are. She has not really had a whole lot of trouble, even though she looks sometimes like, whoops, don't like it, but she's just taking care of everything beautifully. She really has. Down table.
Look at that.
And look at this.
Watch
It's just,
this.
it is an absolute clinic on 9-ball. This right now is a steamrolling Black Widow on the hill in the Nationals. balls being placed under the Sardo Tight Rack, the official rack of the WPBA Tour. This is the first major advancement in racking in the entire history of pool. I kid you not, a perfect rack every time. Everybody here at Soaring Eagle Casino and Resort for the QTech-Q's National 9-Ball Championship. Jeanette Lee trying to get to the finals and a meeting with Karen Kaur, and she is doing something that Vicky Paskey, I absolutely can't remember the last time anybody came close.
No.
Not just doing this to Allison Fisher, but doing this to anybody.
That's exactly right, Mitchell, but I think she's onto something. I think the best way to get past Allison Fisher is do not let her out of her chair.
Very easy to say, but can you imagine? Allison will have a shot unless the one picks up some wind.
Thank you anyway.
I mean, if you're Allison, there's nothing you can do, Vicky. It's not like you've played horribly. I mean, she's been at the table, she's fouled twice, and then comes up to this.
And how do you push out from here with the one hanging by the pocket? She's going to have to just go for it.
Incredible.
I'm going to go and sit back in my seat.
She's trying to have a sense of humor about it. But you know, Allison's also the defending champion. So it's not like you're talking about somebody who, I mean, this is important to her, obviously. Major championship, defending champion.
Well, if Allison is going to fight her way out of this match, Mitchell, then we are in for a treat.
The treat so far has just been Jeanette's fabulous play. As that ball travels down the table, she will have a shot on that too. Good speed. We want to thank OIS, Original Italian Slate, as we see this ball rolling around, not only for their sponsorship, but for hosting the WPBA 25th anniversary banquet, which I know Vicky was just a blast. Fabulous, important
What
week
has
here. Now,
happened
what's
here?
going on with the three?
Could we finally have found a chink in the armor? She didn't come up quite far enough on that, it looks like. No, from this angle, she does have a shot at the three.
I was going to say, it's not a chance. It's just a little flying.
It was a net, but she just brushed it away.
The thing about this is, too, there have been no lucked-in balls. I mean, you're talking most of them dead center. They're exactly where she wanted to put her in the pocket. She's shaking her head yes.
Her speed is dead on. She's going to float this cue ball down table, come back up. Perfect position on the 6.
I'm just laughing, Vicky, because thinking about talking about TV time.
Yeah. Oh. She thought the angle was a little too harsh to come down and back up, so she opted to come around. But a luxury, I guess, you have when you're ahead 6-0. And look at how it landed. If she can hold it there, she's got a shot at the 7.
The difference in the shots is how much time she takes before she hits them. 3 balls away from moving into the finals. Here's the 7. In unprecedented fashion, will Jeanette Lee move into the finals?
She's trying very hard to hold her concentration. She's well aware of how close she is to a shutout.
This is more than a shutout. Perfect game. You're going to hear some screaming in half a second. There's not a whole lot you can say.
year of the Nationals.
Very, very gracious, and I'm sure a big shell shock right now. Clearly down the game. And so will Jeanette Lee in the finals against Karen Cole. We'll be back to Michigan after this. Preferred by experts around the world. By T-Tech 2, serious anniversary of players. And by the Sardo Tight Rack, giving you the tightest rack possible every time. Now it's time for a Super Shots of the match brought to you by WPBA.com, where you can enter the world of women's professional pool. Normally, this is a Super Shot, but in this case, it was Super Shots. Jeanette Lee at the table, rack number 2, Vicky.
Early on, Jeanette gave us an indication that she was going to play this match very aggressively. She left herself a little too close to the rail, but she just jacked up and rifled it into the corner. And instead of slicing the 3-ball on the side here, she slammed home a bank shot to get perfect on the 4. Mitch is down on the floor talking to Allison and a very happy Jeanette Lee. Mitch?
Thanks, Vicky. Down here on the floor with 2 great players. Jeanette Lee is about to move into the finals of the Nationals. I'll have a word with you in a second, if I might.
Okay.
Just hold on. I want to talk to your opponent.
Okay.
Allison?
Is it my shot?
Allison, get out of your chair. Get out of your chair.
My shot.
How does that feel, getting out of your chair?
It makes a nice change, actually. I spent a lot of time in it during the match, and I really wanted to get out of it, but I just wasn't allowed. I think Jeanette put some glue on my seat. You know?
Did it start getting more comfortable as kind of time went
I
on?
kind of started to slouch a bit, and I was actually uncomfortable. I really wanted to be out there playing, but just didn't get the opportunities.
Well, in all seriousness, because we're kidding around, but it must be an unbelievably frustrating thing. Jeanette obviously played perfect 9-ball, and one thing about the game is when the other player's playing, you don't have a chance to get up.
Yeah, we're all great professional players out here, and I think she just did her job to the best of her ability and played a great match, flawless. You know, when she broke the balls, everything was perfect, and she ran them out. She did what she was supposed to do and just kept me in the seat.
You know, I asked you before a little while ago, can you remember a time that that's ever happened to you where you really were in the chair that often without making 1 ball?
I did make a ball, I scratched.
Oh, right, it just was the cue ball. That was the unfortunate
Just the
part.
wrong ball. But no, I don't think I've sat in a chair that long, and I don't really want to do it ever again.
Well, it's good. So you learned something then, right?
Yeah.
Well, you're the defending champion, and it's been a fabulous run up to this point. 5 national titles. I have a very strong feeling we'll be seeing you here soon.
I hope so. I hope I get out of the chair next time.
Well,
Thank
congratulations on a great tournament.
Thank you.
And now let me talk to the Black Widow here, who's itching to probably talk about what must have been a pretty amazing experience. We hear a lot about being in the zone if you're an athlete, and I can't think of seeing anybody more in the zone in a game of 9-ball than you were just now.
It's very exciting. This is really what you ache for. This is what you dream about, to have matches like this. And there's really no one, other than Karen Corr. I mean, Allison, you can't ask for a better opponent. And really, when you get to someone like Allison, you know you've got to keep them in the chair if you want to win. And I really must say I enjoyed every bit of it.
Well, it doesn't happen. I mean, forget saying it doesn't happen often. I've never seen it happen in that particular way. So when you do get it, you have to take advantage of it. When did you realize, given what was going on, that you really were in a place where if you could make a ball on the break, because it seemed like you felt like every time you had a shot, you just made it, whether it was difficult or not.
Right. I think that that's really the attitude you have to have going into the match. You can't wait to see if you get the rolls, if you don't get the rolls. You have to go in and know, if I get any opportunity at all, it's an opportunity to win the match. And then after that, just really take 1 shot at a time.
Well, supreme confidence. You started off very aggressively with a couple of bank shots early when you could have played different ways, and to us that signaled that you were there and you were prepared to stay at the table. Once they went in, you had to know something was going on.
Right. You always want to have, you have to play well, but you also have to have the balls roll in your favor, and I feel that I did. The only time that I didn't make a ball is really on 1 break shot, maybe 2 break shots where I didn't make a ball. Well, really, if I had left her a shot, I could have been sitting in the chair for half an hour. I mean, she has that ability. So it was kind of fortunate for me that she had to push out and then made one error on a push. And that's really what you need to win the match against someone like that. I mean, really, a match like this, it's not once in a lifetime. I think that this is an example of where women's billiards has come compared to 10 years ago when I started on this tour. You'd never see that happen, but now you might not always see it on TV, but I see it in the tournaments. These women play jam up, and you know that if you win a tournament, you know, you've done something great.
Well, you're on your way to the finals. You were there last year. You didn't go home with the prize. Allison defeated you in that match. I don't want to remind you, but you have won a national title before in '94. You're Player of the Year. So you do know what it means to get to the finals and to take it home. You've got to be very anxious to get there against Karen Corr in the finals and have a chance again.
Yeah, this is a very special time, especially everything that's been going on in the news with, well, you know, and I really feel like I'm not the most patriotic person in the world, but yet, you know, she is a European. I am an American. I just came back from the World Games and won the gold medal for America, and it feels great. And you can't take anything away from her. She really, truly, truly is a champion.
Well, she's had a great year, and you have had a great year as well. It's going to be a very, very interesting matchup of two players at the top of their game. So congratulations on this phenomenal win over Allison, and good luck in the finals.
Thank you. You always need luck, and I know Karen Corr is going to be a real tough opponent, so got to stay focused. Excuse me. Thanks.
Okay. And so an absolutely stunning exhibition of 9-ball comes to an end. Jeanette Lee moves on into the finals against Karen Corr. One of those two will be the Q-Tech Q's national 9-ball champion. It's been a great time here in Michigan. For Vicky Paskey, I'm Mitch Lawrence, and of course, we'll see you soon.